Now, I don't usually do requests on this channel, but this is probably my most requested shoe. You guys have been going crazy in my DMs. Jordan, when's the review coming out? You've got to review this one. Trust me, you've got to pick this one up. And I'm so glad I listened to you guys. So today, we've got the Nike TN Air Max Plus Black Racer Blue. I mean, the details on this one, absolutely crazy. Look at those leather overlays as well. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into this one and check them out. Now next week is going to be 1 full year on YouTube. So 1 whole year that somehow I'm still making these videos, and 1 full year that somehow you guys are still watching them, still supporting me. So I want to be able to give back to you guys. It's meant that I haven't been able to put out any content over the last 2 weeks because I wanted to use that money and obviously be able to give back to you guys in the next review. So trust me, you're not going to want to miss that one. I've got the full day off work just to be able to put absolutely everything into that video, and man, I can't wait. So if you're interested, you're not going to want to miss that one. Now this pair released on the 24th of July for £175 in the UK. You can still pick them up on the Nike website. All sizes are still available, which does kind of surprise me because I think this colorway is actually just really nice, and I'm loving the sort of leather overlays as well. We're going to get more into that sort of later in the video, but I think this one just pops. I mean, you've got that reflective lining as well. Does really surprise me these are still sitting. Usually what that means, when a pair of TNs is sitting a month and a half later after release date, it usually means they're going to be in the sale. Now I can't promise you they'll be in the sale, but I would definitely recommend give it a month or two. You might find these in the sale at Foot Locker or Nike. Usually they go in the sale about £125, £130, and then in the sale, it's definitely worth picking this one up. I mean, it's definitely worth picking this one up full price. I've been wearing these for about 4 or 5 days now already, and I've already had quite a few compliments. People saying, you know, where'd you get those from? What are they called? These just look insane in my opinion. I think it's just such a nice pair. But I would say give it a month or two. If you're in no rush to get them, give it a month or two. You might get this one at a lower cost. Now I've got to be honest to you guys on this channel. There is a negative that I've found on this pair of shoes. There's also actually a positive that I found on this pair of shoes. So we'll start with the negative. Please bear in mind, I can't vouch on every single pair of the Black Racer Blues. I can only vouch for the pair that I've got in hand. But this specific pair, I mean the glue marks, they're just so visible. Like the quality control on this one, it just isn't good enough. Like that's just not good enough. If you're spending £175 on a pair of shoes, you kind of want them spotless. I do get the odd glue mark, like that's absolutely fine. But the glue marks on this one, they're just not good enough for £175. A few of you have said as well over my previous TN videos that you've had glue marks or you've had to send pairs of TNs back. The quality control recently on some TNs hasn't been good enough, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. Obviously the pairs that you guys have said you've had problems with, I've not had problems with, so it's sort of hit and miss, you know. But if you do get any problems with glue marks, or I've had scuffs and stuff like that in the past, if you reach out to the customer service at Nike, they'll do you a straight swap, they'll do you a refund, and sometimes they give off coupons as well. My Aquarius Blues had like a big brown stain on them. Now they gave me a refund. They gave me the opportunity to switch them, but they gave me a refund, and then Nike also gave me like a 15% voucher as well. So it's worth doing. I know that's a bit of an inconvenience having to return your shoes, but it's something I just wanted to point out. This specific pair I've got in hand, the quality control is not good enough. I will be keeping them because I love this pair. I've been wearing this pair. I've been getting compliments wearing this pair. But it's something I've got to point out. Now the positive though, the positive on this pair of shoes, look at the padding. This could just be the pair that I've picked up, but like the ankle support, the ankle padding, I mean, that just does seem maybe 15%, 20% thicker than like your normal TN. I've reviewed quite a lot of TNs on this page. I mean, that is noticeably thicker padding. So that leads me on to comfort. You know, with that additional padding, makes these even more comfortable than what my usual TNs are. Obviously, you've got a breathable mesh base, and the breathable mesh, perfect for the summer, but because it's a solid shoe, it also means you can wear this one in the winter, and it is a perfect pair that you can wear in the summer and wear in the winter. I mean, I see myself wearing this all year round. You know, I was so excited to get this one in hand. I had to wait a whole month to get them, and I've been wearing these all week. So yeah, I'm so glad you said to get this one. Look, I'm so glad I listened. So thank you as well to anyone that said, look, you have to pick this one up, because I'll definitely be keeping this pair. And then moving on to sizing. Now sizing is all preference. I'm a 10.5 UK. I do like to go a size 11 in my TNs. I do find it just narrows slightly around the toe area. Some of you will say go true to size because you like that aesthetic look. You know, you don't want that sort of half size increase there. I get that, but I don't wear my shoes to be aesthetically pleasing. I wear my shoes for myself. I don't really care what anyone else thinks of my shoes. I wear my shoes for comfort. You know, I want a comfortable shoe that I can wear 8 hours at work. You know, when I do those long drives, I want it to be comfortable. So for me, a half size up is perfect because I do have wider feet. If you don't have wide feet, you could probably get away with going true to size. Now, the best thing to do, I say it in all my videos as well, you're probably sick of me saying it, but the best thing to do, go to a shop first, you know, try on a few pairs of TNs, the mesh-based TNs, and then, you know, you get the perfect size for you. You can see if you need to go a half size up or if you should go true to size. That really is the best way. Now, a lot of you would have picked up 100 pairs of TNs and you have loads and you know your perfect size, but I've got to treat these reviews as if you've never picked up a pair of TNs before. Because some of you say, you know, this is my first TN. Is it true to size? Is it not? Go into a shop. I mean, you're never going to be disappointed that way. So that's what I'll say about sizing. But yeah, half size up for comfort. If you like that aesthetic look, you can just about get away going true to size. It really is preference. As it's just a standard box, we'll just pop back that lid, pull back that wrapping, and there is the black Racer Blue TN. And it's just such a clean pair. I mean, just look how nice these look. Now, over the last 6 months, you've got to give Nike credit. They've been bringing out some absolute heat for the TNs, and this is another fire colorway to add to the list. I'm a massive fan of this colorway. What we'll do, we'll start with the outer sole, and the outer sole consists of 3 main colors. You've got this royal blue, you've got black, and then you've got this stone beige color, which, if I'm honest with you, doesn't really go with the rest of the colorway. I mean, it doesn't ruin it, it doesn't clash. I just wish they would have gone with maybe like a royal blue, maybe they would have gone with like a black. Just my opinion though. As I said, this is really minuscule. It's on the outer sole anyway, you can't really see it. Just something to point out. Moving on to the midsole. The midsole itself is blacked out. All black midsole, which I'm a massive fan of. And then check out that whale tail. Let me just zoom in for you guys there. You can see the gradient from black to blue. Really nice. Obviously following the rest of the theme, you've got that black Racer Blue colours. What's your thoughts? Because I'm a massive fan of this one. Spin it around so we can see the air units. You've got the air units there in black. At the front of the shoe, same colour, black air units. And obviously you've got the signature orange and red air units. Some would say that's yellow, but yeah, orange and red on the inner of the shoe. And then moving on from the blacked out midsole and the whale tail, just above that, you've got this premium textured tumbled leather, which does add a nice premium feel to this one. It's sort of very uncommon to see leather overlays on TNs nowadays. Usually it is this sort of carbon fiber like or matte finish, but it does add a nice premium feel to this one. At the front of the shoe, you've got the traditional glossy TN toe guard or mud guard, just adds a little bit of extra stability there. Sort of stops it from creasing as well. And then moving on to the back of the shoe, and the back of the shoe features that same premium leather, which I'm really liking. I know some of you might say, look, you prefer the matte finish, absolutely fine, but I really do like the switch up. I think this one's just a cold pair. I think it's just really clean, and it's always nice to see that classic TN logo on the back. You don't need to change the colors on the TNs. I know some of the DNs and stuff like that have different colours. I think it kind of ruins it. I'm just a big fan of the classic TN logo. You also get to see that exposed air unit at the back of the shoe. It's sort of blacked out so you can't quite see it, as the theme is black and racer blue. And that leads us onto the swoosh. Now the swoosh is white, but the outlining is black. Exactly the same as that exoskeleton. The exoskeleton is black, but it is a little bit glossy on this one, as you can see. It's reflecting the lights. And then talking of reflections, you do have this reflective lining which works its way all the way up to the top of the tongue. I'm just a massive fan of this one. The details on these go crazy. The gradient does actually gradient there from black to blue. And that mesh base, that breathable mesh base, perfect for the summer. Some of you have picked up TNs before. I mean, you know how like nice these are in the summer as well, but also perfect for the winter. Other than the gradient at the back, there isn't too much gradient there going on. It's sort of a very bold, in-your-face, royal blue. I'm a massive fan of it. I think this is just such a nice colorway. Now the tongue itself does actually have this matte black finish in. It's not that textured leather. It is the signature sort of tongue that you'd find on most pairs of TNs. You know the matte finishing I'm talking about. It's sort of rough to the feel. And then you've got that Hex logo in this racer blue and black color. I mean, that just looks so nice. That's what you'll see obviously with the shoe on your foot. And it just looks so clean. Honestly, these are so clean. They're so nice. I have to admit, you guys were right telling me to pick this one up. I'm so glad you did. You've got the inner sole in more of that royal blue color, which looks really clean. You know, I'm always moaning, obviously, if they ditch the TN logo or start messing around with it. Obviously, on the inner of the shoe, it doesn't really sort of affect it too much because your foot's going to be there anyway. But that's a nice touch. It's almost like a Nike signature. You've got a small swoosh, a Nike signature, and my French is terrible, but let's all have a laugh. I'll give it a go. I think it's depuis, since 1972, which I'd imagine is established, or since. I think it might be since 1972. I don't speak French, but if you are French and you watch my videos, maybe you just speak French, let me know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be since or established 1972. I mean, it's pretty obvious. But yeah, depuis. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've given it a go anyway. Hopefully we can all have a laugh. But yeah, that is the inner sole. And the inner sole is clean. I'll zoom out just a little bit, because what we're going to discuss now is the lining. Now I think the lining just seems to be a bit more padded than a regular TN. Get those laces out of the way. It could just be the pair that I've picked up, but that just seems to be, look, you see the pattern there just sticking out? That just seems to be like, look, this is like a regular TN, and then that just seems to be more padded than usual. It could just be me, but look at that pattern. Yeah, let me know if you've picked this one up and you've already got this one. Do let me know, because it's not noticeable difference, but it's like 10-15%. I'm interested in your thoughts if you have picked this one up, so please do let me know. So we'll finish off with a last minute 360 of the shoe. This one, as I've said, is just so clean. The only thing letting it down slightly is just those glue marks. But I can't vouch on every single pair of black racer blue TNs, just the pair that I have in hand. It's just something to point out. You know, if you're going to spend your hard-earned money, and £175 is on the higher range for a pair of shoes, I wouldn't really be accepting that kind of quality control. So obviously speak to Nike if you need to, as they might be able to do you a refund, or just maybe like an exchange. I am hoping though that obviously when you buy these, or if you buy these, that yours are absolutely spotless, yours are fine. And I guess that pretty much covers this one. Look, it's another solid pair of TNs, another solid colorway from Nike. You've got to give them credit. Over the last couple of months, they've been bringing out some absolute heat. I mean, this is just another pair that's just fire. It really is. Obviously, I'm a bit biased because I love a royal blue color. But yeah, the black midsole, it's pretty much got everything. The glue marks for this specific pair do let it down a little bit, but obviously it doesn't ruin the shoe. But it's something I had to point out. If I found it on this pair, I've got to give an honest opinion for you guys. Thank you as well for the people that were saying I had to pick this one up, because you're right. And I'm glad I listened, and I'm glad you said to pick this one up, because I do really like this pair. Now, don't forget, in the next video is going to be a giveaway. I'm going to celebrate 1 year of making YouTube videos, so I'm going to give back to you guys, and it's not a restricted giveaway. So if you don't like that pair of shoes, I think you will like it, but if you don't like that pair of shoes, that's fine. I can just transfer you the money instead, and it doesn't matter where you live, I'll make sure you get that pair of shoes. The last winner was from the Philippines, So wherever you are in the world, you can still enter. It's absolutely fine. But I'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, cheers.